Hey guys, this is part 2 of replacing decayed logs and rotted floor joists. Now if you haven't seen part 1, I highly recommend you go back and watch it. You'll see the process of us locating the decayed logs, removing the decayed logs, finding out that we had rotted floor joists, removing, rebuilding those joists, which gets us to where we are today. Now this morning we have added some subfloor, we have added some flashing. Now we're ready to go up with our logs. Here's the first log we're about to install. He's going to run some caulk. We're then going to pick up the log, set it down. We're going to set a couple jacks on it to compress it down. Not tremendous amount of pressure, but a little bit so that it fits tight. We're then going to pre-drill some holes, put some screws in it, and that'll be it on that first log. Is it tied up against that end?
That's okay.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe push a little in.
Your way or in?
No, in.
Okay.
It's right here.
As long as it's about even. Yeah. That's pretty close. Okay. All right, I like it. Let's go ahead and drill and screw. All right, we're going to put this corner log in, and it's a little tight, and we've raised it just a little bit with the jack. What we've done is we've left the log substantially longer than what we need, and we'll cut it off once we get it in. It's tight enough that we can't really put caulk on the bottom, so we're relying on the caulk on the outside of the house once we start caulking those joints. Of course, we took off the tarp just a little while ago and it started raining. Hopefully the rest of the day will be all right. But we've got this log cut, the last of the first course right here. We're going to install it, put the caulking in, set it into place. We're going to use a couple 2x4s to really force it down tight before we screw it, pre-drill it, then screw it. Then we'll start on our second course. Tight. The rods that you see sticking out are called cobra rods. They're about 1/2 inch by 4 inches long. That's a combination of copper and borate. We put those in moisture-prone areas, moisture-prone logs, and it helps protect against fungus, which causes the decay. Here's the log we cut for the second course. We try all the way down. About 1.5 inches. That's it. Yeah, you're good. That's it. Only thing. Whoop, 1 second. Okay. This log was giving us a little trouble getting in. We thought we had the house raised enough before we started hitting this log. Now, I will say when we hit a log, like with the sledgehammer, we try to put a piece of wood there. We want it tight. We still try to raise the house a little bit before we get that log in, but normally we only raise it 1/16 of an inch or so. Unfortunately, we didn't have it raised quite a bit, so we backed it out, raised it again. Now we're going to try to hit it in again. Okay. Yep. So as you can see, once we jacked the house a little bit more, we were able to get that log in a lot easier. And so it's sitting on a support right now. We're going to take that support out, and once that support's out, the house is really going to compress down on this new log that we put in and have a very tight fit, which is what we want. So now we will screw in this log, move to this last third course log, and then we'll be done with this wall besides going through the sanding, the caulking, and that process. Right there is fine. Well, we finally got these logs in on this side of the house, and of course the sun comes out today. It is beautiful. Unfortunately, most of the time we were working on this wall, it was raining. But I wanted to talk just for a minute about fastening these logs, especially fastening the last log that you put in. Unlike the previous logs, you can typically get a screw in towards the top. It may be closer to the edge, but you can hide it pretty well. That last log, you're going to have to go typically from the face, especially on D logs like this. So the process that we would do is we would pre-drill the hole with about a 3/4 inch bit. We would screw the screw down, add a little bit of caulking in the hole over the screw, hammer a dowel rod 3/4 inch on top, cut the dowel rod, and then sand it down flush. So let's try one right now. I've got the screws in right here as I'm stepping on a drill, but we're going to take this drill with an extension. The end of this is a T40 bit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to drill this down, and you want this, it's going to be a little bit of an angle, but you don't want it so much of an angle that it's going to go to the inside of the house. You can hear that's tight. We're going to do some finishing touches on the logs we installed and some of the logs around them, like that black you can still see under the window. Some of the joints are sticking out a little too far. Now we don't want to get them exactly flush because the way this home was built, they're not flush either. So we want to stay with that pattern that they did when it was built. Here's a finished look of the new logs installed on the front wall of this house. Now, while we only showed you replacing from this front door to this corner, we've actually replaced from corner to corner. So these light logs all the way across, those are the new logs installed. We really appreciate you watching. We enjoyed making this video. If this video helps you, please subscribe because it really helps us too. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more, please hit that subscribe button. Also, check us out at loghomeresources.com, where you'll find a lot more information just like this to help you with your log home. Thank you.